All right, before we get you into that conversation about men and fashion, here's a fashion story from across the borders, and that is in the United States. And heterogeneity, pluralism, and diversity are at the heart of American fashion, that says curator Andrew Bolton. The first chapter of the Met Costume Institute's annual exhibition, which coincides with the Met Gala and was cancelled 2 years in a row due to the COVID-19 pandemic, brought together past and current American designers in a patchwork of emotions.
I think ultimately it's about heterogeneity and pluralism and diversity. And I think what you see here is that. So when you walk through the show, there's basically 100 definitions of what American fashion is. And that was one of the main points of the show, is often when one talks about American fashion, it's a very homogenized definition and a very universalizing definition. And we want to sort of like create a more nuanced and more heterogeneous approach to that idea. Often when people talk about American fashion, they talk about it in relationship to American sportswear, designer sportswear. And the words they use to describe it are things like practicality or functionality or egalitarianism. And often there's not an emotional vocabulary that one uses when you describe American fashion. It tends to be reserved more for European fashion. So the exhibition in a way is trying to sort of like address that imbalance, where to create a new vocabulary that's expressive. The exhibition is organised like a patchwork quilt. So each garment has its own square or its own patch within the quilt. And there's 12 word trees. So this one behind us, for example, is assurance. And it's made up, so assurance is the overarching emotion. And each piece in that section has its own expression of that emotion. I think this is a good representation of where American fashion is today. I think it's being driven by young designers who are engaging with, deeply political and ethical issues. So it's designers who are dealing with equity, with inclusivity, with diversity, with sustainability. But to their very core, they start off their business with those principles in mind.
Right, let's get you started with that conversation of the day about men and fashion. And what better way to have a conversation about men and fashion than to be hosted by the person who has almost zero sense of fashion, that is myself. We will know in a while if I'm actually improving or not. But allow me to introduce the people who will help us for this discussion of the day. With me in studio, Cynthia Mason, which is an image consultant and celebrity stylist. Good morning and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thank you.
It's good
so
to see you.
It's good to see you.
Looking very well.
Thank you.
This was intentional, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and also joining us this morning is Ashok Sunny. He's a master tailor and stylist. Good morning. Looking very good.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
All right. Do you guys think I look good?
Yeah.
We will know. We will know. Okay. And we wanted to be part of this conversation, by the way. We ask you now a question of the day. Should men actually care about fashion? Should men care about fashion? You can send us your feedback at NTV Kenyan at Victor Kiprop _. Use the hashtag #NewNormal. You could also send that feedback on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, where we're streaming live. If you want to call in, the numbers will be below your screen. Once again, the question is, should men care about fashion at all? And we'll know in a moment. Maybe that's a very good place to start. I'll start with you, Ashok. Should men actually care about fashion?
Yes, they should. Everyone should care about fashion. Because the way you dress is the way people perceive you the first time. So the way you look, the way you dress, the way you groom, that's how people perceive you the first day they see you. So even in Kenya right now, you can see even menswear shops are all over. They're even more than ladies wear shops. So men do care about fashion, and they should care about fashion. When we
say men wear shops, are
shops that sell menswear clothing.
Okay.
You can see they're popping up all over town. You can
so it means it's changing.
Yes.
Okay. Let me just get your opinion, Cynthia.
So the first impression, when you are a man and you know how to dress well, your confidence, so I think it's really important as a man to know your tones, because most of us, I'm dark skinned, so I should know what to pair with what. What
but even
colors.
before we will get into the issues, I promise you we have enough time. But should men actually care about this?
Yes, they should.
Why?
We're in the 21st century. Yeah.
Okay.
So your parents sells you. It's your brand. Yes.
Ashok, do you think then at this very moment, because there's this very common, what is it called, notion out there that Kenyan men don't dress well. Do you think Kenyan men dress well?
It's not about Kenyan men dressing well. It's about having the resources to dress well, having the opportunity to dress well. In terms of menswear clothing are very expensive. Good quality menswear clothing are very expensive. And then at the end of the day, how do people know what to dress? So in terms of the fashion industry, who is making people aware, or the men aware of how you can dress? A stylist, a men's stylist there? Are people considering on men's styling or women's styling? The fashion designers, are you bringing in trends that men can wear? Do you understand the market, what African men want, what African men can dress in? So it's all about the industry as it is and the information out there that people can use to dress well.
Okay, but so you agree that there are those of us who really want to dress well, like in mfuko kidogo is a problem? It's
very true. It's very true. Because at the end of the day, most of my clients, when they come in, they want a quality tailored suit. A quality tailored suit is very costly. If you go to Little Red, a suit will cost you not less than 300,000 Kenyan shillings. If you go to Sir Henry's, if you come to us, quality, well-tailored suit, very fitting, good fabric, high-end, bespoke suit is very, very costly. So men do want to dress well, but sometimes the cost is very high. At the end of the day, it's up to, we cannot do anything about it because the cost of living is very high. For us, I speak of myself as a tailor, the cost of production is very high, taxes are very high. So at the end of the day, there's nothing I can do to bring the cost of dressing down for a man.
Since some people would argue that you don't really need a lot of money to dress well.
I think part of it is true because so how you could work that out is get a Pinterest. Everyone has Pinterest on their phone. So get ideas. Then from there, there are fabrics. Okay, so in Isili, you can get really good fabrics. Start from there because everything, if you want to be really, you want to look good, people go to Gikomba and they look so good. So to add on what he said, it's true. We want to look good with those expensive and sharp suits and whatever you want to wear. But you can always tailor make your own or design your own style. Okay. Yes.
And I like that you bring the Gikomba thing because I mean there are those of us who, you know, we get our clothes, we import our clothes. It's just that they come through Gikomba. And they're commonly referred to as Mtumba here. And the notion out there really is the people wearing designer suits, you know, the tuxedos, whatnot, are the ones who dress well. And this ends up, you know, we have a situation where people think, you know what, if I don't have money to buy these Italian suits, then I'm not dressing well. Let me just get your thoughts on that.
The issue with Kikomba, I cannot lie to you, I started from Kikomba. I didn't start tailoring suits there when I was young. I started from Kikomba. Everyone started from Kikomba. The thing about Kikomba is, when you're looking for something formal, it's very, very hard to find it. Most of the time, when you're looking for a jacket, you're getting the black, the navy blue. Getting a full suit in Kikomba is very hard. So you're working mostly with Kikomba, you're just working with casual wear. And most of the time, you see, with the way the market is growing, things in Kikomba people are not getting more stuff from Kikomba these days, especially for men. So the market is getting very, very small. So that's why you see people importing most of the clothes from China, from Turkey. That's why our market is flooded with clothes from China and Turkey. You walk into a shop, the next shop, all clothes look the same. It's like they're made from the same person. So the thing is Kikomba will give you mostly casual, how you're dressing. But when you want to go to the office, which is the day-to-day, where are you going to get your quality suit? Where are you getting to get your variety of suits? Where are you getting your pinstripe? Where are you getting your herringbones? Where are you getting your checkered? Where are you getting all of those things to bring out? Because you cannot wear a black and navy blue suit every day. And Kikomba will only give you mostly jackets. You go black and navy blue, you're done. So how are you going to get your regular supply of outfits at the end of the day?
So let me bring in a very interesting point here, because I mean we have what you guys say is someone who's dressed well. I don't know if I'm dressed well or not, but sometimes we ask ourselves, what's the definition of fashion? What's the definition of dressing well? What separates someone who has dressed well and someone who has not dressed well? I mean, I can wear my Arsenal jersey and a jeans. Would that qualify as dressing badly?
It comes in terms of, for a man, dressing well. Fashion is in terms of bringing out your character. It's not how you dress, what you dress, mostly, or how expensive what you're wearing is. It's about bringing out your character, being comfortable in what you're wearing. Because you can wear a very expensive suit, but you're not comfortable in it. So you're not fashionably, you don't look stylish, you don't look confident. It's all about you bringing out your character as a person, as a whole. It doesn't matter how much expensive what you're wearing is if you cannot pull it off.
You can, so you mean I can buy expensive clothes and still not qualify as having dressed well?
Yes.
Why?
Probably you don't know what you're wearing, and you're supposed to, okay, when you buy your outfits,
Yeah.
like outfits make you feel confident. Like when you walk in a room, the confidence speaks for yourself.
Okay.
So when you wear that and you don't feel confident, or you want, I don't know how to, yeah.
Ashok, what do you think?
If you're wearing something and you're not comfortable, first thing, if you're not comfortable, you're not pulling it off.
Yeah.
If you're not confident in what you're wearing, you're not pulling it off. So if, for example, if you come to me as a client, you want a well-tailored suit, you want a well-tailored jacket, I look at you and ask, what do you do? What kind of colors do you like to wear? I look at your complexion. There are several factors I look at before I suggest to you, these are the kind of colors you can wear. What environment are you in? These are the kind of fabrics you can wear. How tall, how short, how lean are you? These are the kind of fittings you should wear. So it's a factor of you bringing out who you are at the end of the day and representing who you are when you're standing outside there. Okay. Yeah.
So you can actually, because I'm also, if you bring in the aspect of confidence, now it means I could borrow your suit, it's well neat, it fits my body, but because I think it's borrowed, the confidence goes away.
Definitely. You'll never pull it off. Unless you're confident enough and you understand that I can pull this off, I know how to dress this suit, I know how to walk in this suit, I know how to sit in this suit, I know how to approach everything in this suit. So at the end of the day, you can pull it off at any point and no one will ever notice that it's not.
That's fashionable, you know, what's fashion? What, do we have a fashionometer?
No, we don't. So to me, color, the way they finished, the finishing of your outfits, because when you dress really well, when you look sharp as a man, it's really easy to attract, even for the men who attract ladies, men. They tend to look so good. Look at him. Okay. Just look at him.
These are your personal comments. I'm listening to you.
His suit is well tailored. It's well fitted.
Yeah.
He has a kerchief to complement the suit. And so what I liked about this suit is he wore it with a gray shirt to complement the color and his skin tone. The shoes, the happy socks, perfect.
Ashok, what do you think?
I cannot
we have a fashionometer to decide that you are dressed well and I'm not dressed well.
I didn't say you're not dressed well. But I think at the end of the day, the first person who should know if you're dressed well or not is you. Because when you look in the mirror, can you see yourself? Can you be happy seeing yourself in that mirror? Can you be confident seeing yourself in that mirror? The second person, the fashionometer or the fashion police, are the people around you. They'll tell you, are they honest enough to tell you that fit of the pants is not good for you?
Yeah.
That jacket, that color, that style doesn't work for you. You should do this and this a bit more. So it's not about there's a fashionometer or there's a judge somewhere. It's all about when you look in the mirror, do you see yourself? Do you represent yourself? Are you wearing something just to impress someone, or are you wearing something that makes you feel who you are? That's fashion to me. That's style. That's at the end of the day is you can be the best dressed person in the world if you feel that this is what I can do my best.
And that's also another problem because And I like the way you say, if you look at the mirror, do you see yourself dressed well? What if I see myself dressed well, but my friends are very busy laughing at me?
You should look at that also, because at the end of the day, maybe they know better. Maybe they can see something you can't see. Because at the end of the day, it depends on the personality of who you are. You can take criticism very well or negatively, because at the end of the day, you don't know everything. Someone can know something that works better on you, but you cannot see it yourself. So at the end of the day, it's listening to people around you. If you see yourself dressing well, listen to them, then walk around it.
Sintame, how do I tell someone without hurting their feelings that I don't think you've dressed well, maybe you should? How do you tell them that they are badly dressed?
So you don't tell them they're badly dressed.
Okay.
So the first thing that you can do is, why don't you try this color? Why don't you match up this khaki with this shirt? Why don't you try these shoes with these pants? So also you can gift them. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we'll be getting to see if we have some models in studio. We'll actually be just showcasing different styles of dressing, and we get to see what really qualifies as dressing well. But really, they are quite, there's a huge problem as well. Part of the reason why most people, you would say, don't dress well is, and most men actually, is the issue of perception, stereotypes, and myths. Because, I mean, it feels so hectic. Why do I need to keep up with fashion? I mean, the economy is here, tunatafuta pesa, watoto wamelala njaa. When do I have time to keep up with fashion?
It's a very good question. Because at the end of the day, we're in Africa, we're in a third world country. We're not catching up. Life is catching up to us. We're chasing life. That's the problem. So most of the time, even when it comes to sitting down and thinking, this is what shall we wear, you don't have the time to do that. But at the end of the day, the world is growing. Like she said, it's the 21st century. So if you want to approach something, you want to get something done, you want to get a deal done, you want to walk in a meeting and get people to get the attention of people, do a very nice presentation, people to have their attention, you need to at least work on your dressing. Not every single day, because if I say every single day for men, that would be a problem. Because men, sometimes you're late, sometimes you're in a hurry, sometimes you have to go somewhere, you don't have to dress well. It depends on the environment and what you're doing. But at the end of the day, you should consider at least a bit of time, like 3-4 days of a week, that you should work on your dressing. And because at the end of the day, if you see me well dressed today, if I come to you tomorrow, you'll remember me. You say, that's a guy with a nice suit. You see, you don't even remember my name, but remember how I dressed. Okay. So in terms of perception and leaving an impression, you should also work on your dressing.
What about the place where I work, Sintame? So, I mean, Naitajika Mjengo, I'm supposed to be in the market. Where does fashion and my work meet here? Because I really want to dress well, but the nature of my job involves matope and everything.
So there are those modern dungarees that you can get. You can get really nice boots for your work. Just have that eye candy look.
One of the other problem is what qualifies as what we have. Yours is this should be official dress, right?
Yes.
Dressing, okay. And we have casual. And we have others. I don't know if they exist, but let's just get to see from our models. I think they're dressed in casual. If we can get those pictures now, they're dressed in casual, And our models, by the way, in the house include Sahad Rehan as well as Mustafa Hussein, showcasing what you'd say is casual look. I'm waiting to, that's a black blazer, jeans, and I think some sneakers, or is it loafers? Let me just get even as they do, let me just get your opinion about how they're dressed.
For me, they're well dressed, depending on the environment they're in. That's a smart casual. You can go to a formal event with that. You can go to an office, depending on which kind of office. You can go to dinner, looking like that. That's your typical Kenyan man dressing there. Black jacket, jeans, very safe, very safe. But
Very
also looks
safe.
good because you see how confident he is, how good it works with his body.
Okay.
So it's all about how does the cloth work on your body.
Yeah.
How does the fit work with your body?
I'm looking
Are you
at
confident?
I'm looking at his jacket, and he has a waistcoat. Is it a half coat
Yeah,
inside?
waist,
and there are
yeah.
different colors.
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah.
allowed?
Yeah,
Yes.
it is.
Okay.
Yeah, I think a stylist can talk on that.
Let me just listen to what you have to say.
Yes, it is, because that is color patterning, and he has well coordinated the looks, the tie, because the tie is floral, the shirt is checkered, no, the blazer is checkered, yeah.
Okay.
It's- yeah.
But how then, even as we let them go to come back with other outfits, then there's the other issue of every time you try colors, you're told, is it color blocking or is what it's
Yes.
called? So I'm seeing him mixing colors, and St. Amazing is impressed. If I do it, they're like, hey, umeharibu.
No. So color blocking is just a matter of, there are different types of colors. So there is neutral colors, there are athlete tone colors. So athlete tone colors, you can blend them. So like right now, you have a really popping African shirt, see? And your khaki pants are
I was
neutral.
saving this part about my review to the last bit of it.
So, like, this is a well color coordinated outfit. So, if you wanted
What if I was to wear a bright green trouser?
so if you were to wear a bright green khaki, you will tone out your shirt. You tone down your shirt. Yes.
Where do I learn these things? Are they on Google? Is there some formula somewhere that I can use?
It's actually very easy, because once you know the colors, the family colors, it's going to be so easy.
Okay.
Yes. Where you
Asho-
can learn them from is
Yes.
Pinterest, you have Google, you have YouTube. Yeah.
Ashok, let me come back to the issue of the stereotypes and the myths, because every time, especially if you come from the village like I do, if you start paying attention to these things, like unaambiwa hizo ni vitu za wamama.
That's where information comes in. That's where people like us come in. That's where we earn our money. We show you that this and this can work. This is just a stereotype. It's just a belief. You can change it. You can work on it. You can start step by step, work on it. If you can't do bright colors, like she said, you work with colors that you can tone down and balance with lesser bright colors. So it's all about, at the end of the day, understanding yourself, understanding your skin tone, your complexion, understanding your environment.
Yeah.
Now working with step by step, growing step by step, because you can never start with a yellow jacket and a green pant today, and you're just wearing dark blue suits.
Do you think the
other day.
society is working against men?
I don't think so. It's men like working against men.
Really?
It's just our
No.
It's our mentality.
If I was to come in dressed well, there's only a certain limit in which Shem, my colleague, would tell me that I'm dressed well. A certain limit. If he goes beyond that, it starts to feel.
If I come here dressed in a yellow suit and I'm pulling it off, am I well dressed?
Well,
It's all about you. If you pull it off, then you're dressed well. If you can't pull it off, Steve Harvey pulls off orange suits every day.
and we have pictures of
Yes.
Steve Harvey. If we
Yeah.
can start playing them right now,
Yeah.
and he wears really strange colors.
But he's pulling it off. Why? Because he can pull it off. He
Oh,
has the
look at that.
confidence. He has the confidence to do that. He understands himself, and he understands I can dress this well, I can play with these colors, and I still look good. So if you're confident in what you're wearing, you always pull it off.
Okay, but still, part of this looks, because we have some that really turn out very horrible, and you're told, hey, I mean, if we can actually play you pictures of the Met Gala just concluded last 2 nights ago, and there's a specific picture I'm looking for, even as we try to get them. There's one that I want to show you, because really there are those that mtu anavaa kitu kama gunia, and it qualifies as fashion. I dress in my suit, it's slightly baggy, or I don't know what's the problem, and they say, hey, this is the picture I was looking for. This is the picture I was looking for.
You see, for something like the Met Gala, it's not all about fashion and dressing well. It's all about representation of the creativity of the fashion designers. It's
What do you think about that?
it depends.
How
on,
is that fashionable,
It
guys?
depends on where you're looking at it. it's a perception. It's where creatives can express themselves fully. If I'm a creative and I have a lot of ideas in mind, and sometimes it's a business. There's some things I cannot put out there and say, this is what my line looks like. Can you buy? People will not buy. People cannot dress in those kind of things on a day-to-day. But in places like this, you can express yourself fully as a designer. This is not about the person who's wearing. It's about the cloth and the representation of the creativity of the person who's dressing them.
Cynthia May, what do you think?
Yeah, I totally agree with what he says. I'm a creative myself, and so I was very, very impressed.
This is what I wanted to comment on.
Yes.
She's literally wearing a whole duvet or a blanket.
But it's so stylish.
That's stylish?
Yes. For a Met Gala.
Why wouldn't then my jeans and an Arsenal jersey be stylish if that is the stylish? The
We're talking about the Met Gala. Like, you just... I would wear something that would...
this specific one. So this is creativity.
Yes. I'm 100% sure the designer took almost eight months or an year to create this.
I mean, Ashok, I'm tempted to think that sometimes for creativity of people in your industry, especially when it comes to these very major events, it just means you need to do something really weird and crazy for it to stand out.
Yeah, at the end of the day, because you're fighting against creatives. So you need to come up with something that stands out. So what does it? What is standing out mean? Do you want something? If it's a fashion show, I'm not going to do Met Gala outfits because I'm trying to sell a product. I'm trying to show people, clients, that you can buy this product. But if it's a Met Gala, it's like when you put politicians in a house and they're talking politics. Us laymen do not understand what they're talking about, but it's an inside where you can understand what the next person is talking about, so they can express themselves and all their politicking. Okay. But at the end of the day, if I'm talking to a layman who doesn't understand fashion, I have to bring out something in terms of what they can wear on a day-to-day, what they can buy, what they can feel good in. So creativity sometimes is limited depending on what you're representing, what you want to put out there, who's your client, who's your target market. So, but in a Met Gala, it's you being you. Okay. All your weird stuff, all your weird thoughts, all your weird thinkings, all your weird
because
ideas.
If I was to wear this in the streets, they think I'm crazy.
You can't wear that in the streets. Even them, they can't wear that in the streets.
So then there is Cynthia May, so this means then that occasions determine what you should wear.
Yes, totally. So like red carpet events, there are outfits that you're supposed to wear for the red carpets. What parties? Happy birthday parties, yeah, office parties. So every event has those specific or creative ideas that you're supposed to wear. Yeah. Okay.
What then? Because those are you just mentioned only one thing, which is the birthday parties.
Yeah.
But we have office work and everything. But we have people who wear, what should say, official wear to all these events, and it's still acceptable.
Personality. So if your personality or you're confident in what you wear, as he said, when you're confident with what, or you feel good with what you have on, it doesn't matter. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Ashok, there's also an issue of fashion, and then there's, I think, dress code, and there's another one called, what is it called? Style. And you wonder, are this one and the same thing?
Dress code now depends on the environment you're in. If you're in a workplace, you are given ethics and dress code, or how you should wear, what colors you should wear. If you're working in a bank, you have limited colors you should wear. So it's all about you being creative in terms of those colors that you have, how you can wear them. Because they call it corporate colors. So how can you work with those corporate colors? What can you put inside to bring out those corporate colors to make them look nice? What can you style? Are you working with a tie? Are you working with a pocket square to add some class and style? What kind of shoes are you pairing with them? Simple thing as socks can make a difference in a look. If you see the way you're dressed, someone can see that you put thought into it, where your socks and your shirt are working. So you see, at the end of the day, it's all about, because you cannot wear, like you're saying, your Arsenal jersey, and if you're an Arsenal fan, because we've talked about it a lot, I'm sorry about that. So you can't wear your Arsenal jersey coming to work.
Yes,
the environment does not accept that. You wear your Arsenal jersey on a Sunday if you're going to watch the match or if you're going to hang out with friends.
Yeah.
So it's all about the environment you're in. But styling,
that's dress code now.
that's dress code.
Okay.
Styling is who you are, representing and bringing out your character, who you are. Styling and fashion are one in the same thing. Fashion is trends, cuts, patterns, fabrics. Styling is now bringing all of these things together to represent who you are.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, it's all about who you are and what you represent.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so that's when we have all this thing about fashion stylist, or is it a stylist who can help you combine?
Yeah.
Maybe this is an opportunity we can actually define what you guys do.
Yeah.
So, Sintame, you are an image consultant and a celebrity stylist.
Yeah.
What does that even mean? Is there a difference between image consultant and celebrity stylist?
Yeah, so an image consultant is, so when you're in a corporate world or your field of work, you don't know what to match with what, and let's just say an image consultant help you to define your personality. No, not your personality, your outfits for work or whatever occasion you're going to. Yes. So for the fashion celebrity stylist is, so I get to style people for whatever reasons. Let's say they want a birthday shoot, they want a bump shoot, they want an appearance, they're going to host a show. So I just come with different ideas. I create outfits. Yeah, that's
and they
where
pay you for it.
Yes.
Ashok, I think you're also a stylist other than being a tailor, a master tailor for that. I should not forget that. But really, really, when you're styling someone, does it mean then that I buy clothes and then you come and tell me which one to wear with this one?
No, mine is different because for us as a master tailor, most of what you do, because our first part of client service is consultation. Consultation is where you or the client comes in, you want a suit. So what we sit down and decide what is a suit for. Is it for work? Is it for an event? Is it for a wedding? Then we sit down and decide what colors work for you, what style works for you. Can you do this suit? Can you do an extra jacket? Can you do an extra trouser to complement this, to give you more options in the outfit? Okay. So my styling is more client-based. As you come in and you want something tailored, how can I advise you on how to dress? How can I work with your complexion? How can I work with your environment? If it's a wedding, what colors are you working with the wedding? This is your theme colors for the wedding. How can we work around these theme colors to bring out the outfit for the wedding? Yeah.
Okay. So now that we have defined what both of you do, I've just remembered something else about age, because there are those who do this thing, they care about how they look, but then you become a father, you have responsibilities, and then by the time you're 40, kuna mambo ya watoto, kazi, shamba, nini, you don't even remember those things about how you look and all that. You just want to pick what is the closest when you open the wardrobe.
So most of the clients I get are older men, mature men, from 25 years old going upwards. So they usually come in and say, Ashok, I don't have time to think about what I'm wearing tomorrow. If I'm wearing this suit, how many shirts can I combine with it? This is a suit I want to wear with these 5 shirts. Give me those 5 shirts. Give me another set. How can I wear this jacket? I want a casual jacket, something I can wear on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I want a few khakis in different colors that can work with me. So that's why you come to us and tell us, Ashok, I need to work with my wardrobe. That's why we have clients that we've been serving for the last 10 years. Okay. They usually tell you, I have a wedding in the 25th. What should I wear? Work on it. Okay. We have my measurements. Yeah.
And even as you explained that point, I think we have pictures of young men in Kenya, I think in their 20s and their early 30s, who are actually dressing very well. If we can get to play their pictures now. Yes, look at that. Even as you explain now.
So it's all about you understanding.
That's Mike, by the way, colleague.
So it's all about you understanding, you having a relationship with your tailor, you're having a relationship with the stylist, you're having a relationship with the person who sells your clothes. It's all about having that relationship where they understand who you are, what you do, what's your personality, what are your restrictions, if there's a room to work on, how much room do we have to wiggle, So at the end of the day, what age you are. So at the end of the day, it's all about having that relationship where you're buying your clothes from. Because at the end of the day, you don't have to do too much work in terms of thinking what you should wear if we're here. Okay. That's how we make our money at the end of the day. So it's all about having that relationship and that rapport with the person that you're dealing with.
Sintame, the other perception is this thing should just be for young men and young women.
Not at all. Yeah.
Because we've just played pictures of Steve Harvey, and I think we have actually more pictures of people who are, I think, in their 60s and they're still paying attention to how they dress.
Yeah. So I think style and fashion isn't based on age or style and fashion is just your personality. So even when I'm in my 80s, when I get to my 80s, I'm 100% sure I'll be stylish.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And we have our models again with yet another look. Let's get to see what they have for us this time around, if we can get those pictures. So this should be official look. This is official look, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The same thing I had of a different color for the waistcoat is just coming up again.
So at the end of the day, when it's all about patterns and what kind of patterns you can work with. Because you see that jacket it's checkered, the pants are plain color, the waistcoat's a different color, which complements the patterns on the jacket. So it's all about playing around with what you have in the wardrobe and coming up with something very stylish and something that looks very nice. So for a common man, we'll not expect them to wear that, but you'll understand they can pair something with this and work with that. Even
before he goes away, you can see from the way he's dressed. Sometimes we tend to think that official look means you have to be in a tie, into me.
Yeah. So an official look doesn't have, because he has loafers on, they're not official. So an official look doesn't have to, you don't have to wear a tie. And yeah.
Okay. The other thing I can pick from this Ashok is that they have accessories, I think watches and all that. Why do we need all these things though?
It's all about adding some kind of class and some kind of like you look like you're paying attention to what you wear, because at the end of the day is how you play around with the accessories. If you do if you overdo it, looks too much. It looks like you're trying too hard. If you work on the tones and accessories as well, you look like you're very dapper and you're very clean. So it's all about working around what you have. Of course, you need a watch as a man. You need a watch. You need to know time. That's one attractive quality of a man and a gentleman. In terms of accessories now, if you're doing a pocket square, are you doing a pocket square? What kind of a pocket square? You can see there, he's doing an English tone pocket square, very slight, just a white. Then he's doing the lapel pin, lapel chain hanging. So that's for him to let the lapel chain to work instead of fighting with a pocket square. As you see, he's doing a pocket square and a very
small
toned down, smaller lapel pin.
Okay.
So it's all about working and balancing what you have to bring out a very nice,
outfit. As I take this break, what are the most common mistakes that men make with their suits?
Fit. If your fit is wrong, you don't look very dapper. If your fabrics, the quality of fabrics that you wear, you just don't wear a suit. And then the blending of the colors. Sometimes you want to work a checkered and a checkered, but what size of checkered are you working on? Are you working a herringbone with a checkered? Does it work? It doesn't work. So it's all about looking at yourself and saying, how does your body work with this? Because if you're a very wide chest, you can work checkered very well. If you're a very narrow chest, you can't work checkered very well because you cannot balance with your body. So it's all about knowing who you are, understanding what you represent.
All right. So now we have understood why it's important for men to dress well, and of course why it matters that you need to care about how you look. But how can you do that, especially when it's an issue of how pocket-friendly the outfit is? So that's what we talk about when we come back from this break. We're talking about men and fashion, and my guests are staying with me. Welcome back to Your World on NTV this morning. If you're wondering why I'm changing outfits midway through the show this morning, it's a very special occasion because we are talking about men and fashion, and what better way to do this than to actually try and show you the different aspects. And of course, the people with me in the studio this morning will be analyzing this look. But before we do that, we asked you earlier on, of course, on our question of the day, what do you think? Do you think Kenyan men or men should actually care about fashion? You've been sending us a lot of feedback. Let's get to see and sample some of it. Wairimu Mwangi says, there's nothing wrong with a man grooming himself. Dress well and look sharp. His clothes clean and well fitting. It says a lot about his self-awareness and more so about his self-appreciation and his identity as a man. Wow. Okay. Eric O. Jr. says, I think true, busy, responsible and intelligent man should not have time for fashion. He should simply dress clean and clothes of good size. That's just enough. I don't do fashion, but I'm always trying to be smart and clean. Thank you, Eric. George Sagwe says, a man who feels void and empty in the inside, he always longs to fill the emptiness with his outside appearance. Thank you, George. Very interesting feedback. Edwin Nash says, to me, I must have an opinion from my wife before leaving. She says, yes, I am good and confident to go. Thank you, Edwin Nash. And then Mark Davies, grooming oneself doesn't belong to ladies only. Men can also do so. Thank you, Mark. Jedi Mudeu says, being fashion-minded shows that you appreciate yourself. Thank you, Jedi. And then we have Stella Robert who says, they should about fashion, but let them be limited to their colors. Hii maneno ya bright colors is a no. Now a man in pink, yellow. Kwani alikuwa anaenda fashion show. Thank you, Stella. Ashley Cole says, yes, they should, and I love smart men. That is the personal opinion of Ashley Cole. And Giovanni Ifan says, but in my men's conference notes, there is nothing like fashion, only clean clothes. Ashok, let me just get your quick response to part of the feedback that we're receiving.
I think most of the men don't understand. You can see most of the comments from men, they don't understand what fashion is. Fashion is, at the end of the day, what they're saying, clean clothes, very knitted, very nice, very well put together. Yeah. That's fashion. It's not about you wearing trendy, floral, or different patterns. It's all about you representing who you are, yourself, your personality. So when you look nice, when you look clean, when you look your clothes well fitted, that's fashion. You're not looking for you to wear floral cuts or yellow trousers and yellow jackets for you to become fashionable now. Let me just get your response, Sintami.
Yeah, so I really loved what the ladies said. Yeah, so yeah, men should really try their best in terms of their color coordination. You don't really have to wear bright colors to look fashionable.
Do you think we're trying our best at the moment?
Yes, you guys are doing.
You see, like it's all about perception. So you see the way they're perceiving what fashion is, it's why they're going wrong. So you see, it's all about you and your perception, changing your attitude and tweaking it a bit to understand that fashion is not all about the colors, the prints, the patterns. It's all about me being myself. This is not a very weird color or pattern. It's just a simple thing, toned down, very nicely looking. You can wear to anywhere. If I'm going to an event right now, I just change my pants, do a bow tie, and I'll still look very nice.
I liked the guy who said he just asks his wife what she thinks about the outfit.
Man. That's the man who wants to be married for a long time.
The wife should probably send him invoices for the services that she doesn't charge. But yes, before we resume the discussion, let's get to see one last round of what our models have for us again this morning. Let's get to see their final pictures. All right, I don't know what this look is. You will tell us, because we've seen casual, we've seen official. I don't know which look is that?
That's semi-casual. That's semi-casual. That's basically what the guy was saying, that you look clean, you look nice, and you're not trying too hard. So that's semi-casual. You can wear to the office on a Friday. You can wear, depending on the fitting that you want and your body type. You can wear to the office. You can wear to going out for a brunch. You can wear going out for dinner, going out to a club. It's very comfortable. You can dance in that kind of an outfit. You can chill in that kind of an outfit.
Yeah.
So it's your normal now go-to look every day, and anyone can pull this look off.
Okay.
Yeah.
And shout out to Miss Kere Fashions, by the way. You can find her on social media. Of course, she is the reason why we have the very good outfits and the models here this morning. And our models this morning are Sahad Rehan as well as Mustafa Hussein. You can check out their work on social media. And of course, as I mentioned, many thanks to Miss Kere for this look. If you want to comment briefly before we let them go.
I love the smart casual more, yeah. Yeah, it's well fitted. The body types, yeah.
What differentiates the smart casual, the casual and semi-casual?
Casual mostly is when it depends on the environment. Casual, something like this can work as a casual depending on where you are.
Yeah.
Because it's a go-to outfit. When you're doing your t-shirts, it's a casual. When you're doing your t-shirt and blazer, it's semi-casual.
Okay.
When you're doing your full suit and a shirt, it's an official wear.
Okay.
So semi-casual, casual is just your toned down look.
Okay.
Your day-to-day look, your sweatpants, your t-shirt, your hoodie. Semi-casual is when you're trying to make an impression, just a bit of an impression.
Yeah.
But you don't want to also look too serious.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's this look?
First of all, you're showing off. You changed two outfits. You didn't give us the memo. But it's a very nice look. You can see you don't need a stylist now. Because you see you're blending,
one. Her name
you're
is
blending the very colors very nicely.
Yeah.
That's a semi-casual look. That's a semi-casual look. So you can go anywhere.
Okay.
You can
but I feel like it's so, what? I mean, it could get dirty even before I get to the office.
Yeah, but it depends on where you're going. It depends. That's where you understand your environment. If you're coming to the office, are you taking a matatu? Are you coming with an Uber? Are you driving? What distance do you have to walk if it's a matatu to your office? And what kind of environment is it? So you have to understand who you are. That's why you understand. Being sharp, being well dressed is not all about the cloth.
I live in Lower Kabete somewhere near Wangige Market, and my director is convinced that I can't wear. He see a huko.
You can be the only person there looking like that.
Okay. Yes. I don't know what's wrong with this man, but really, the other something I'd like you, Sintame, to comment on is sometimes we think that when you have such a gray trouser, the only way, and which is my basic definition, the quickest way to wear this is to throw something like blue on top of it. I've never seen, it's very hard to because you could go wrong very easily.
Yeah. So a gray pants or a gray shirt. Okay. I love the way she has coordinated the floral. I can see a bit of brown. Yes. Which really complements the pants. So she's playing with the athlete on colors. So that's the gray, the brown, the white, those ones. Okay. Yeah.
So you guys think I look good?
Yes.
You look good.
All thanks to Miss Kere Fashions, who of course has supplied us this, as well as the models for this discussion. But really moving on for this conversation then, you touched on earlier on the importance of someone actually caring about, and we've all glossed over it, but really, why should I care about how I look today if I haven't been caring all this while?
So the way you look sells you. So once you walk in an office or when you walk in an event, the way you look, it speaks loud. Yeah, so you should really care. So I think making an effort to, when you wear a suit, accessorizing your watch, the kerchief, the lapels, paying attention to small details. Yeah. Someone says you're making an effort to pull out the looks. Yes. So it's really important to look good, yeah.
Ashok, why should I care?
Personally, for me, I care because I usually don't like to look off. I usually like to make an impression. I usually like to be in a place where people can remember who I am when I leave the room. So I usually like to make sure that you understand that this is how a man should look like, a gentleman should look like, At the end of the day, I want to be approachable. I want people to feel comfortable around me.
Yeah.
I want people to be able to start a conversation with me. Fashion is a very
even
good conversation starter. So at the end of the day,
because the motivation for so many people, that's the way she's mentioned. I think this is something that happened yesterday when we were planning this show, and really evidence is being tabled that ladies like you when you're a bit more presentable. It's you look very approachable. You look like a very hospitable person. So at the end of the day, I should care about how I look, because I should care about people around me. Because if I look good and you like it, then I've made your day. I've made a new friend. I've known a new person. I've learned something different. So at the end of the day, you should care about what you wear. You should care how you look. I've heard about something about personality. Do my clothes say something about my personality as a person?
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yes.
How?
With the way you look, you can know. If you're wearing bright colors, it says you're a very vibrant person. You like to put yourself out there. You're very outgoing. If you're wearing toned down colors, it takes two things. Your work environment does not allow you to expand on your. You have a very limited workspace. In terms of what you're wearing. And you also are a very toned down person. You don't like you like your things toned down. You like your things, like Kenyans say, chini ya maji. So it explains to me the way I'll approach you is how you dressed. If you're very vibrant, I know I can start with a joke. If you're a very serious person, I can start.
Or if I'm wearing like the Congolese, the shades, the bright yellow shorts.
I can easily approach you and make a joke. You'll take that joke. If you're a very serious person in a suit like me, you see me every day, you'll start a very conversation in a very formal way. So usually it's how you dressed, it's how people approach you. And we have one final look from our models, by the way. Miss Curry is not disappointing. If we can get them now, yes. This should be sporty, I think. Yes.
But
again, this limits you the environment you can wear it.
Yes, it does. So this is a really chilled out look. You can wear this to go watch ball with your men. You can have brunch with that. Yes.
And we have another look here, Ashok.
Now that's now depends on the weather.
Not
even the environment, it's the weather. So how cold is it? And then
I can't come to town on a normal day with this.
If it's very hot, you cannot wear that trench coat. But you see, the good thing that the stylist has done is bring out a bit of color in the outfit. Because that's a gray jacket, that's a blue jeans, but you have red Chelsea boots. So that brings out the color, it makes the look more vibrant. So when it's very dull, it's a gloomy day, it's very cold, that kind of outfit looks very outstanding.
But then there are those of us, I mean, this is what Diana thinks, my director thinks. She says, I'm going to faint in town because I want to look good. But we also have the thing about freezing and shining.
Oh, it's all about fabrics now. This is why I come in. It's all about fabrics. They're breathable fabrics. If I'm making you a garment depending on the environment, if it's a suit, what kind of a wool can you wear? There's Super 100 to Super 200. So what kind of fabric can you wear that's breathable to make your suit more comfortable when it's very hot? Even if we're importing fabrics, even the miller can tell you, you cannot import this kind of fabrics in Kenya. It's too heavy. The grammage is too high. You cannot wear this thing in a tropical climate. So it's all about you also, at the end of the day, you knowing your environment and you having a rapport with the person who's supplying your clothes.
And as I let them go, would I wear that to maybe a meeting?
Which one?
With the board of directors with that trench
depends.
coat?
It depends on the meeting. But also, if you wear a trench coat and the jeans and the Chelsea boot, it looks like you're not taking the meeting so serious, or your board of directors or your friends. So you cannot wear something like that. Something you can do. The sporty look is for your gym. You're watching your game. You're going to do an exercise. You're going for a walk. You're chilling in the house. You're running errands.
And I guess then that we have all the four major looks. I think we've seen official, we've seen casual, semi-casual, and the sporty, and also the one that depends on the weather. So, men, if you are looking for tips, we've just given you tips, so don't ever go wrong. But shout out once again to our models this morning. I've mentioned their names before, Sahad Rahan, as well as Mustafa Hussein, who are our models who've been just showcasing different outfits for us this morning. And all this, including what I'm wearing, is courtesy of Miss Kerry Fashions. Now, let me just come back to than the whole conversation. Now that we know why it matters that you dress well, how do we dress well given all the circumstances, which include issues of cost and whatnot? How do we look good? The common question in the street is, how do we look good on a budget? I'll start with you, Sintame.
So, your environment really matters.
Yeah.
So, just try get local tailors.
Yeah.
You can buy fabrics from different places. You can design your own creative outfits, suits, shirts, or pants.
Yeah.
And buying thrifted outfits, promoting our Gikomba people, and also Ngara. So having that person, a sales lady or a salesman who really understands your style is going to help you through your styling or your day-to-day wear. So also you should declutter. There are people who have so many clothes, but they end up saying they don't know what to wear.
Ladies, thank you for bringing this point. And I know we're talking about men this morning, but we have people who really have a whole house, a whole room of clothes, but they still don't know what to wear.
Yes.
What exactly is the problem on behalf of all the ladies, though?
Yes, I also tend to have that issue, but what I did, I just decluttered. You declutter what you, like, I know this dress will be in my closet and I'm 100% sure I won't wear it.
Okay.
So you just declutter, remain with, if I have this pants, I have like 6 shirts or 6 blouses or 6 blazers to pair them with.
Yeah.
So I can maintain that pant. I know on Thursday I'm going to wear this and this. So next Thursday, if you see me with this pants, you'll see me in with a different upper outfit. So you won't really have to say this chick always repeatedly has the same.
Okay.
Yes.
Ashok, how can Kenyan men dress better?
Kenyan men can dress better very easily.
Yeah.
Because even for us, when you're making garments, you make garments for everyone. We have different levels and different qualities of suits.
Yeah.
So if you come to us, we sit down and work with your budget. You have this kind of budget. What can I get from this and this and this? And what can we, as a company, add value to that to make sure you have a full set of wardrobe? So for us, men can dress very well. You can work, as she said, with thrifted, combine it with your quality garments that you make it from a tailor, and tailors are all over. It depends on your preference in terms of the style that you have. So if you want suits, if you want African wear, if you want casual wear, if you're buying from like you can buy from Iskere, that kind of a shirt, combine it with different kinds of pants, different colors. So it's all about you working with what you have, because you can dress well in any kind of budget.
Okay.
Any
you can
kind of
dress
budget.
well in any...
As long as you're willing to do that, you can dress well.
You can dress well with any kind of budget. Before we close this conversation, I want all of you to briefly touch on the do's and don'ts, especially. Let's start with the do's, Ashok.
Okay. Always make sure the fitting of the outfit is working with your body.
Okay.
The complexion you're working with your complexion when you're styling the different kind of outfits that you're wearing and colors. And always, if you can't find something, always consult. It's very easy. It's very good. Like you said, the husband consults the wife every day in the morning. So always, it's good to consult, because you get
even if it's your
opinion.
wife.
You get a better opinion, and you dress well. So always work with the fitting, look at the fabrics, and also have a relationship with the person doing your outfits.
Okay.
Yeah.
Don'ts.
So don't wear outfits that don't complement your environment.
Okay.
So I can't wear a trench coat and it's sunny outside. Doesn't make sense.
Briefly, what if I was going to my game in the morning and I have a meeting in the afternoon and I have to go on a road trip with friends? Can't I put, find a one-fit-all kind of outfit?
You can. You can. Because, so let's say you're going to all those events in a day.
Yeah.
So you could have, let's say, a really nice casual fit.
Yeah.
Okay? A casual fit that can go to an office. Then after the office, you can let go of the blazer to be chilled out with your boys. After that, when you're going to your road trips, you can have back your trench coat or your hood or something. Yes.
Okay, just proceed with the don'ts.
So don'ts, as I was saying, know what to wear in the right place.
Okay.
As he said, the fittings. Fittings really matter. The finishes of your outfits and color coordination. So you can't wear purple, green, all those colors and not know which is which. So try have a color pattern. Know what works for your skin tone, what works for your environment. Yes.
Okay. Do you want to add anything on the don'ts?
Don't try too hard. Because if you try too hard, you end up doing too much.
Okay.
So always, just as a man, try to work with 3 colors maximum. You have a universal color. For shirt, you can do a light blue, a baby pink, black, or white. Work with those colors for shirts. Then on top of that, now you can decide what you want to work with. Do you want to work with a bright color jacket with a toned down trouser? Do you want to work a bright color trouser with a toned down jacket?
Yeah.
So just at least work with 3 colors. Let your more colors work on the socks.
Okay.
Let your socks and your accessories work for the colors. Everything else, just try work with 3 colors and tone it down.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are definitely running out of time. Let me just get your parting shot to all the men who are watching this conversation this morning and they're not so keen on their fashion.
Yeah.
And their dress code or how they dress.
Get a fashion consultant. Yes. So the fashion consultant or a stylist is going to make your work so easy. Yes. So aside from that, if you're working on a budget, try to see what you can work around with. Yes.
Okay. All right. Ashok.
Someone said like for lingerie is sexy for women. A well-dressed man is on lingerie. If you want to leave an impression, always be well dressed. So that's all I can say. And if you can't find a work around that, you can just call me.
All right, that's where we have to leave it. This conversation definitely is very much interesting. We've been talking about men and fashion and definitely why it's important to care about how you look and why it is indeed and how exactly you can go about it. Many thanks to my guest this morning, Cinta May Sende, which is an image consultant and celebrity stylist. Where can we find you, the people who are watching and they're interested in your work?
Yes, so on Instagram it's Cinta May Sendeo.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
And then as well as Ashok Sani is a master tailor and stylist. Ashok, where can we find your work if we want to contact you?
Every platform, Ashok Sani Tutorial.
All right. And given the lessons that I've learned today, I'm definitely ready to be a fashion consultant. You can find me at Victor Kiprop _ on Twitter. But really many thanks to Miss Career Fashion, who has also helped us with the outfit that I'm wearing and also the models for today's conversation, who I mentioned earlier on, are Sahad Rehan and Mustafa Hussein. Be sure to check them out. That's where we leave it now. But we are going for a quick break. When we come back, we'll be talking about business and especially the insurance sector. Don't go too far.